What's up, guys? This is Sim with Vengeance, and I am back here to reveal my Madden NFL 16 franchise team. Now, I have hinted this before. Maybe I have talked about it on Twitter. This is why you follow me on Twitter. If you don't, I would recommend you do so you can keep up with the latest and greatest updates with my sports content that I bring to you guys pretty often. Alright, so I've said this team has really good talent. Just needs some polishing, a couple signings here or there, and they are a solid contender. Well, for at least a wild card. But as far as, winning a Super Bowl, that's still up for grabs. Probably a few years down the road they might be able to. But they do have a solid foundation, and not many teams these days do. But without further ado, my Madden NFL 16 franchise team is, drumroll, the Miami Dolphins. And yes, they finished 8-8 last year. Pretty good. I mean, they lost a few close games, that could have gone up either way. But the Miami Dolphins are that team that I feel like is just one or two solid pieces away from maybe being, a contender for the playoffs. I feel like this team is weak in the secondary. They do have a really solid offense. It's a high-powered, high-octane offense now. They just got Kenny Stills. They just got Greg Jennings. Even though Greg Jennings isn't as, high-powered as he used to be back in his Green Bay days, I still feel like he could contribute. He is a solid receiver, solid 2 receiver, just about anywhere. Kenny Stills, I don't know how good he will be at number 1, but I feel like he could be a very good receiver for Ryan Tannehill. And also, Lamar Miller may not get as many touches as he does, as far as he gets about 20 some touches a game. He rushed for over 5 yards a carry last year, for over 1,200 yards. He had a 97-yard touchdown last year. I think it was the final game of the regular season against the Patriots. But still, he's a really solid running back, and I feel like he could just be the future of that team. And yes, I love running the football in Madden. It is my heart, my soul, my pride and joy. I love running the football, and I love my defense. And the Dolphins defense, yes, it is kind of shaky. I mean, looking at their totals last year, points scored 388 to points allowed 373. Not really much of a difference between the points scored and points given up, only 15 points. They got to do better on defense, and they do have 2 solid defensive linemen. They have Ndamukong Suh and they have Cameron Wake. Probably 2 of the best. 2 of the very best. Their secondary, not so much. They lost a couple of key players. Devontae Parker, Brandon Albert, just big injuries so far for him, and everybody's questioning who's going to start at the Dolphins secondary. But obviously we're not going to worry about that in the franchise. We're not going to have injuries on unless somehow Madden just takes them out of the game and says, oh, they can't play. But I feel like the Dolphins just have maybe just 1 or 2 solid more pieces, and they are a legitimate 10-6 team. Devontae Parker they got in the first round of the draft, which is a really good sign for him. He could be a solid slot receiver. They got Jordan Cameron at tight end. He's a really solid tight end as well. So I really feel like the Miami Dolphins could go places. I really do feel that way. And their defense, like I said, it's magnificent. Looking at Ndamukong Suh, Cameron Wake, oh my lord, just amazing. They got Brent Grimes on the left side corner, which isn't really something that is to be proud of per se. They could do better, but we'll see how it goes. We might just draft secondary in the upcoming year 1 draft when that comes up. They do got Janelle Jenkins, Luis Damas, Rashad Jones, Jamal Taylor, some really inexperienced pieces in the secondary, and it's kind of just a hit or miss. It really is. And the defensive line, in my Bucs franchise, and that I take a lot of pride in my defensive line. Gerald McCoy, Willie Goldston, Michael Johnson, You know, just a lot of these players getting sacks. You know, Gerald McCoy's on pace to break the sack record in my franchise, but I'm hoping that Ndamukong Suh and Cameron Wake can just continue that trend of just being good in the defensive line, and hopefully the Dolphins, you know, can come out and win the AFC East. Maybe not year 1, maybe not year 2, maybe not year 3, but we will try our best to try and at least make this team a contender. The Dolphins are just a couple pieces away, and you know, to add on top, they really have some pretty cool uniforms, but that's not even the point of that. But I just thought I'd throw that on top. But I hope you guys like the choice. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this choice, and I really hope when Madden 16 comes out, you guys are ready. 'Cause I am. I really had my mindset on the Dolphins for quite some time, because I've always felt like, man, this team is interesting to just think about it. The Dolphins are just an interesting squad, and and shout out to my friend Arios here. We actually had like the same thought process, like, man, because he had a straw poll and the Dolphins were in the lead, and I was like, man, you know, Arios, you know, bro, I've had my mindset on the Dolphins for a while. He's like, oh, no worries, man. I mean, you know, go ahead, take them. And you know, great shout out to him. He's a great guy. Go check him out. If you haven't checked him out, man, you are missing out. But you know, he's a great guy. He let me we talked it over. He's like, we'll just he'll pick a different team, and I've had my mindset on this team for a while, and I can't wait to start it. You guys have been amazing so far through supporting the Madden franchise, and I hope to continue that into Madden 16 and beyond. So thank you guys for watching, and if you're new, why not hit subscribe and be hyped for the Madden 16 franchise. Until then, I'm Sim with Vengeance, and I'm out. Peace.